Matt Fontana, and as always, take it easy. You know, you always pick things up from your parents. There's sayings that you used to hear when you were a kid or go-tos your parents. Ryan, is there anything your parents would always say all the time that you kind of pick up now later in life that's safer on the air, by the way?
Shut the hell up.
Okay, fair enough. So my parents are very wise people. My dad had a great saying when we were kids. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. My parents had 5 boys. There was some chaos in the Fontana household, getting us all in the car to get anywhere. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And I think about that so much when it comes to the Browns quarterback situation. That might not be an answer you want to hear, right? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Because everybody wants the answer. Everybody wants the easiest path towards finding a quarterback, because I continue to maintain nothing will be fixed until you find the quarterback. You got Shedeur Sanders. Has he looked okay? Sure. Has he looked really bad? Yes. But then there's this in between, and there's no golden just here's your Joe Burrow. Here's your Lamar Jackson. It'll fix everything, and you can get out of this hole. It's not that easy. It's never been that easy, and it's not going to be that easy with what the Browns are going to do with their future plans at quarterback. Frankly, I think there's only 4 options for them. We'll run through those options a little bit later, but it's not going to be easy. But there's still decisions that are going to have to be made for what the Browns are going to do at the quarterback position. You just don't have to make them yet. We'll discuss that. We got to talk about where the Cavs are at, man. What is going on with the whining? I said I wasn't going to care about the regular season. I said I wasn't going to care, but here I am caring about it. So we'll get to that. We got our parlay. We got the grid. We got the report card. We got it all for you right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. So happy to have you along this week, presented by our great friends at FanDuel. We got some college football action this weekend.
Yeah, we do.
Dude, it's going to be fun. You get 2 NFL games on Saturday, too. Somebody sent it out. Like, you're literally going to be able to sit down and watch almost 12 straight hours of football. Get 2 TVs. Get the 2 monitors rolling. So we got you cooked up with that with our parlay this week. We were so close.
So
close.
Was it on me? What did we miss?
Yeah, I don't want to point fingers.
The Bengals? Yeah.
I don't want to point fingers. Which,
So
guess,
we went 3.
guess who took the Bengals this week in our parlay?
So we went 3 for 4?
Went 3 for 4 this week. But it was a dirty cover from the Bills because they were getting smoked in that game. And one of us took the Bills.
I took the Bills.
Yeah, and we were getting smoked in that. And then they came back and ended up covering. Commanders, told you outright, done there. I need to stay away from the Commanders. So I got a tough one this weekend. But we got it. We'll get to the parlay coming up. Presented by our great friends at Garage Beer and of course, Physicians Ambulance. You know, Garage Beer, it was, I brought my side, and then it's just a dish, and the people just put 12 Garage Beer in there, cover it with foil. Nobody will ever complain if you bring Garage Beer to your event for the holidays coming up. So we got you locked and loaded. Really appreciate you joining this week. Thursday, 7 o'clock, YouTube side of things, on the Twitter side of things, at Matt Fontana Show. If you're so inclined, please do. Drop a follow to our show, at Matt Fontana Show on Twitter. And, of course, 4 o'clock on Fridays on The Rock. So we sit here with the Browns quarterback situation, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Because, Ryan, I sent a tweet out, several tweets this week about the future prospects for the Browns as we start to zero in that it's going to be pretty obvious the Browns are going to be picking 2nd or 3rd. The odds, the stats, they tell you with who's playing who, with what's left on the table for the Browns, we are most likely going to be picking 2nd or 3rd. And I sent a tweet out, and I said, if the Browns pick 2nd, there is no debate you take a quarterback. And it's most likely going to be Dante Moore. We know Fernando Mendoza is going to go 1. It's the Raiders' pick to lose, and I don't think they're going to try to screw that up. You know, Geno Smith's back at practice. Okay, fine. They're going to take a quarterback. And just so we know where I'm at, I like Fernando Mendoza. And I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a really good NFL quarterback. Dante Moore, I've had people that are Oregon fans tell me, like, no, man, he's not even better than Dylan Gabriel. Like, stay away, stay away, stay away.
Bruh.
I know. The thing about Dante Moore is he seems to be a bit of a lotto ticket where he's got the size, he's got the arm. You could see some throws from him that look electric. But the knock is he only played a couple of games at UCLA before he went up and transferred to Oregon. And he's their full-time starter now, and they look good. They're in the college football playoff. And you'll get another look at these guys throughout the college football playoff. Will tell you a lot about where the scouts kind of see them. But as the herd has been thinned so much on this draft class, right? Like all the names you thought were going to be there aren't. Arch is officially going back to school. Nussmeier, Klubnik. Okay. So you know there's two guys above the rest. It is Fernando Mendoza, and it is Dante Moore. If you are in position to take one of those guys, you have got to take one of those guys. That is the position that I've been searching for my entire life as a Browns fan. Why would you pass on that? Because you're afraid? Well, Matt, the offensive line. Ooh. Well, we don't have any receivers. What are they going to do? Draft the guy and figure it out. Well, you got to build a team up first. And I love giving examples. You know, the Commanders, they were a built team before they found Jaden. Were they? Were they really?
No, they sold Montez Sweat at the deadline.
I know. Well, the Bengals, they got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins after they got Joe Burrow. Honestly, the best thing the Browns could do, draft Dante Moore. He needs to sit. Please, God, sit him. He needs that. I think any rookie quarterback should sit personally, but that's just me. By the way, look at my guy Tyler Shuck. I told you. All
right, let's chill.
All right. I'll back down on that.
Let's wait till next season.
Let's wait till next season. See how it goes. But they sat him. They put him in there, and he's looking all right. Draft Dante Moore. Start whoever you want. We'll get to that in a second. And then you kind of do what the Bengals did with Joe Burrow, right? He got hurt. They were bad. You get another top pick, and then you can go draft your receiver, and then you can go draft an offensive lineman. And a conversation that I was having with somebody this week, you have a better chance of finding receivers in the second round. Like run through all these receivers that you find later in the draft. You can find really good offensive linemen in the second round. You rarely find quarterbacks later. And I get it because quarterback is a premium. Is Fernando Mendoza the best football player coming out of the draft? No. It's probably Arvell Reese. I really think it might be Caleb Downs. But they're taking him because he's a quarterback. I understand that. So why would you pass on that? Why? Why would you look at a guy and say most people feel like this is one of the top quarterbacks coming out? Now we're good. What do you want to do? Trade back? Go take a receiver at 2? No, absolutely not. The other part of this conversation is, has Shedeur Sanders done enough to show you to not draft a quarterback? I've been one, Ryan, that I feel like I am one of the most objective people when it comes to Shedeur. Because I was not caught up in the fanfare when they drafted him, but I also saw some reasons that they took him. And as his starts have gone on, what have we talked about every week on this show? I cut it straight. I tell you the truth because I'm like, man, that was bad. But there's also some good. They're lowering some of the bad, but I think creating new bad tendencies. And I know people can look at the stats and he's ranked dead last in this and ranked dead last in that. Fine, okay. There's no world that Shedeur Sanders has done enough to stop you from drafting a quarterback. I'd love that to not be the case, but that's the situation that we're in. And people want to say, well, you can't evaluate him because the offensive line is bad or the receivers, Jerry Jeudy's handing over interceptions, right? That's not true either. You can still make evaluations even with as bad as it is. And by the way, when you look at some of the advanced stats, and I don't want to bore everybody with it, the Browns' offensive line is actually 10 times worse at run blocking than they are pass blocking. Like, they're not great at pass blocking, but their pass blocking win rate is like 20th in the NFL. Is that great? No. They're near dead last in run blocking win rate. We cannot run the football. Quinshon Judkins, I mean, what's he averaging? 2 yards a carry over the last couple of games? Mm-hmm. He's been hitting the backfield, more than any back in the NFL? Or Nathan Zgura had a great stat. It was something like almost half of Quinshon's runs, he's getting hit in the backfield. We cannot run the football. And again, you want to use that as a borderline excuse for Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to evaluate Shedeur with a receiver that can, I know Jerry Jeudy should be able to play. I know he's letting balls hit him in the chest and they're intercepting him, but whatever, fine. Like, are you making the right reads? Are you making the right throws? And again, it's like any rookie. There's highs, there's lows, there's in-betweens. But I can say this unequivocally without a fact, as being objective as anybody has ever been on Shedeur Sanders. Ryan, he has not done enough to stop me from drafting a quarterback. That also doesn't mean that I'm jettisoning Shedeur away. I expect Shedeur to be here next year. I expect Dylan Gabriel to be here next year. You go draft one of those top guys, and then we'll get to Deshaun Watson because you know he'll be here too. Like, nothing I've seen is going to stop me from taking a quarterback if the Browns get the second pick. I don't understand why people are so afraid about drafting a quarterback.
I'm pretty in lockstep with pretty much every single thing that you just said. I mean,
good. That's why
if you have the sniff of, if you even have a little bit of a hunch that this guy can be a franchise quarterback and you're missing one, why would you not take him? It doesn't make any sense, right? And one, I mean, the whole aspect that we haven't talked about too is, well, who is Shedeur Sanders auditioning for these last 3 games? Because I certainly don't think it's going to be Kevin Stefanski next year, right? Like, if a new regime comes in, they're going to want to go take their guy high in the draft. We've seen that every single time a new regime comes in. They identify the quarterback they want, and that's where they start. You don't look at the rest of the team and say, well, you know what, our offensive line isn't great. Our wide receivers aren't top tier. I know they're not even close to top tier, but point still stands regardless, even if it's 32nd out of 32nd. You don't say, well, we'll wait and get the guy next year. Like, I don't think that's the way to do it. We talk about how important the quarterback position is in sports, and for a Browns franchise, since coming back in 1999, Matt, if I'm not mistaken, only 5 quarterbacks drafted in the first round since they've come back in 1999. Think about how crazy that is. The most important position in all of sports, you've only taken 5 swings in the first round, last one being Baker Mayfield. This is a time to do it again.
And some of them were god-awful. Johnny was a terrible idea to take him. Brandon Weeden was not a good idea.
Tim Couch, Brady Quinn, Brandon Weeden, Manziel, and Baker.
Only one of those guys, only 2 of those guys actually became legitimate full-time starters.
And the other 3, Matt,
Tim Couch and Baker Mayfield.
You talk about the odds of being the first round. Like, once you get past that first round, the odds of finding a franchise quarterback drop dramatically.
Yes.
And even in what it feels like in the first round, if it's not in the top 15 picks, and I don't know, I'd have to go look at history, but the only number 1's Tim Couch, Baker Mayfield. I'm looking here. Brady Quinn, Brandon Weeden, Johnny Manziel, all picked 22.
20s, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, they were all 22.
All
wow.
22.
Stay away from that pick, please. I mean, yes, you're 100% correct. And that's where the chicken or the egg on building the team up. Like, the NFL is hard. It's not going to be easy. So what do you want to wait for? The perfect scenario to draft a quarterback? You don't have that because you don't have a stable franchise. You know the perfect scenario? Do what the Chiefs did. Hey, we have a quarterback, and we're going to draft one because we know we're going to need one. What did the Green Bay Packers do? We have a quarterback, but we're going to draft one because we know we're going to need one. Watch the Rams. Watch the Rams. I don't know if they're going to take him this year. They're going to take a quarterback either this year or next year and say, Matt Stafford's not done yet, but he's closer to being done than he's not.
I mean, that's
the perfect scenario, right? We don't have that here. We're not afforded that.
That's the perfect Ty Simpson scenario. Guy not many college, but you know, a guy for the Rams.
He's going to go to the Steelers. Watch him go to the Steelers.
A guy that has not many college starts, right? But you see the intangibles, so you can bring him in LA, sit under Matt Stafford and McVay for a year or 2, and then you launch it from there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to find this perfect scenario, and if you go draft a quarterback. I'm just going to say Dante Moore because we don't know where Fernando Mendoza is going. Well, let's say, hey, maybe the Browns trade up. Nobody's got more ammo than the Jets have pretty good ammo.
If the Raiders nab the number 1 pick, couldn't you see them taking Dante Moore, though? I don't know why.
Could.
I don't know why, but I get that feeling.
So then let me ask you a really tough question. What if the Jets offer you a haul for 2 and Fernando Mendoza? Because they got a lot of draft capital, too. The draft capital, every draft pick is assigned a number, like for a value. And the Browns have the second best draft capital in the NFL, only behind the Jets.
Again, I mean, I'd have to see it. I'm not going to say no immediately, but again, it goes back to my point.
No immediately.
Right, like that would kind of defeat our whole point of the topic of these last 13 minutes. If that's your guy, identify him and go take him.
Take him. Do it. You need one. You're not going to find this perfect scenario. And I would have loved the opportunity for Shedeur to, not let this be a thing. He's had his chance. I'm sorry. It's not the truth. It's not the truth. And you take one. Somebody goes, we should take one every year? Yeah,
I know.
Might as well. Until you find one, go ahead. The only other thing is, if you view next year as another, we just need to get through it because of the Watson stuff, and we'll reset after that. If you view next year as another wash year, but again, that's even more of a reason to go take a rookie quarterback. Wash year, let him sit.
Right.
Here's your 4 outs for the Browns. These are the 4 things that are going to happen. Number 1, you don't draft a quarterback, and you let Shedeur or Dylan Gabriel start. Number 2, you do draft a quarterback. You let Shedeur start, you let Deshaun Watson start, and you let the rookies sit. Number 3, you draft a guy, and you let him play. Or number 4, you go Mac Jones. You go Mac Jones. You don't draft one. You go another bridge veteran quarterback. No. I don't want to do that anymore. But the thing is, to your point earlier, which is so right, the regime is different, right? Because they need to feel how much pressure is on their jobs. If these guys have a runway and they believe what the Haslams are telling them, like, you guys are fine, you're going to be here, then there's less pressure to take a quarterback. You're right. New regime, you're coming in, you want the snazzy new quarterback there to save your job.
A new
That's
regime
a lot of
isn't
it, too.
Like, come on. A new regime, if we get a new head coach, GM, whether they both go or not, they're not starting Shador. Like, they're going to get their guy in the draft. That's how the NFL works.
I would agree with that.
All right.
The final thing on Shador, because this keeps coming back, and there's just the negativity, which I get. The Browns are bad right now, but just the vials. I mean, it's Twitter. Twitter's a cesspool anyway. But it's like the people. It's been said over and over again. If his name wasn't Shador Sanders, these conversations would not be happening.
I mean, it's
just true.
You
That's
never
true.
want to bunch in the lunatic fringe, which I hear a lot of word about Ohio State.
Yeah.
The lunatic fringe into a group of people, because there's always outliers. But I didn't realize how intense the Shemafia was.
That's a great word. It is intense. 100%.
And I'll be honest, Matt, as a guy who stood up here, wanted them to take Shador Sanders at pick number 2 last year,
right,
and have been nothing but nice and confident in Shador Sanders. To be honest,
you want to draft a quarterback?
I want to draft a quarterback, and I wouldn't miss him because of that.
Yeah. That's it. I'm talking about the future of the franchise. I want these guys to play well because they play for the Browns. That's it. I want Shador Sanders to be successful. Nothing has stopped me from drafting a quarterback at this point. That is the world that we live in. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because they don't have to make any decisions right now. They're going to start Shador the rest of the way, as they should, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it this Sunday. Woo! Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. The Bills are coming to town. We'll take a look at that report card. Ryan, I just have some insane stats about the Bills running the football, which is just going to make you kind of wonder, what are we going to do when you watch Tony Pollard light you up on the ground? What are we going to do to be able to stop this rushing attack from the Buffalo Bills? We'll get to that coming up. We got to touch on the Cavs. We'll get to the parlay. We got it all right here on Big Play. Physicians Ambulance has it all for a brand new career for you. If you're an EMT or you're a paramedic, you're looking for some work, Physicians Ambulance is the place to go. Check them out, physiciansambulance.com. And it could be full-time. It could be part-time. You already work municipal. You work for a great city, and you just want to pick up some extra hours. Or maybe you just graduated with your certificate. Ryan, I just saw this story. There was a guy in his 50s that just graduated with his EMT and paramedic license. And he said, I've always done other jobs. Like, I finished my career. This was a job that I was always really passionate about. I wanted to do, and it's never too late to start, right? Well, if you just got out of school, wherever it might be, Physicians Ambulance has a place for you. Speaking of places, 8 locations, headquartered in Brecksville, satellites in North Ridgeville, Menor, Kent, Warren, Ashland, Worcester, and Columbus. And I talked to Jason Hess about this a while ago, and why did they expand? It was, Matt, to cut down on the drive time of our employees. Think about that. Strictly, so he goes, why would I have somebody who lives in Elyria drive all the way to Brecksville to get an ambulance to come back to Elyria? It's about the employees. Employee first. That's how they are. Continuing education, advanced care capabilities, one of the newest fleets of vehicles. Your equipment is calibrated. Your vehicle's fully stocked and organized. Your training is cutting edge. They got it all for you. Reach out today. Physiciansambulance.com. Apply today and help them continue to set the standard at Physicians Ambulance. Bills are the standard in the AFC right now. One of the teams setting the standard. We'll take a look at them. We'll do it next. Fontana Show presented by FanDuel right here on Big Play.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows, energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
All right, welcome back. Fontana Show on Big Play, presented by FanDuel, Physicians Ambulance, and Garage Beer. He's Ryan Tyler. I'm Matt Fontana. Catch us on Twitter at Matt Fontana Show. Catch us on YouTube at Big Play. Got it all for you, including our report card. We start next. Sorry.
Those are pretty close steps.
Josh Allen is a freak. 600 rushing yards. He is incredible. And I think, I was talking about him this week on the Browns Network, and I said, he is the most dynamic quarterback in the NFL right now. Like, Lamar's having a down year. Mahomes is hurt. Stafford, I want to say he's a one-trick pony because he's going to win the MVP. But, like, Drake May is just Drake May. There is no more dynamic quarterback in the NFL. And then Andrew Siciliano dropped the great one on me. He goes, Matt, we're pretty sure we're seeing the 2 best players on offense and defense on the field this Sunday.
Between Josh and Miles.
Josh and Myles Garrett.
I mean, think about it. Like, this year is going to I don't want to say decide because that's not the right word to use, but it's going to play a big part in shaping Josh Allen's legacy.
Yeah.
No Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow in the playoffs. The other quarterbacks have minimal starts in the AFC at least. Bo Nix, Drake May, like those guys aren't experienced. Like Josh Allen is by far the best player heading into these playoffs probably. This is the year to go in, at least go to the Super Bowl if you're Buffalo.
Think about that pressure. You're 100% correct.
Like is that I was like, wow.
Has that sea not parted for the Bills to be like, if you're going to make it, this had better be the time to make it.
And the craziest part about it is you're looking at it, it might be the road where you might not even have home field throughout. It might be the Patriots.
Right, because the Patriots are going to have it. Or you might even win the division and be a wild card. Well, you got, some scab teams making it from the other divisions. Like, I would say scab because I think, the AFC West is good. Like, whoever wins the North, like, they don't deserve a home field over the Bills. Imagine that. Imagine the Bills having to come to Baltimore or go to, Pittsburgh, I guess would be the only other one, right?
I'm thinking the Bills are going to go to Pittsburgh.
And be on the road. And they'll have
whoop them by 30.
3 more wins than them. Yeah, probably do that.
All right, we did it this year.
Yeah, they've already done
Pittsburgh.
it. Yeah, they're that good. All right, let's flip over because I want to get to some of these stats about running the football. You are 1,000% correct. There's no debate on this. There's no question. I'm not a big Sean McDermott guy. You remember my famous take of last year.
I knew you were going to say something about that, but
last year I thought Sean McDermott was going to be on the hot seat, and boys, he turned around. Here's the craziest thing about the Bills' offense. They are top 5 in the NFL. Points per game, yards per game, yards per play, third down conversion rate, and they score 3.7 touchdowns a game. That is second in the NFL. Here's the other weird thing. Every team wants to be balanced, right? You want to run 50% runs and passes. Nobody has a higher percentage of run plays in the NFL than the Buffalo Bills. So they're then in turn, Ryan, if they're number 1 in run percentage, they have to be dead last in pass percentage. And Josh Allen, you'd think like, wow, they should throw the ball over the yard. No. They run the ball literally almost 50% of the time. Nobody does that more in the NFL. Look at James Cook, second most carries, second most yards. The thing about Josh Allen is we know they're pass plays that then turn into runs. That's why that percentage is so high. So we don't need to run through it. I mean, again, the receivers, you know who it is. It's going to be that. Defense is us. And frankly, there's some holes on this Bills defense. One of the things that I'm going to look at, number one, they are bottom 10 in the NFL for opponent yards per play allowed. They are the 7th worst third down defense in the NFL. They allow almost 42% on third down. Little opportunity. Brown's got to take advantage of it. Let's not get that twisted. But there's some holes on this defense. And especially for the defense, nobody runs the football. They're 5th most rushed against defense. So we can't run the ball. And usually that's the name of the game against the Bills. But when the game gets out of hand, you're going to have to throw. So that's kind of some of the things that I'm looking about here. But it's going to 100% watch you get lulled in, so we got to stop the run, and then Josh Allen just carve you up. That's why the Bills are a monster. They're so good. Not a lot of hope, and I think you're 100% on everything you put over there.
Yeah, I don't think you can make an argument outside of defense being for Cleveland. I mean, head coach, sure, you can have your quips about McDermott, but again, Tim Stefanski's 3-11. McDermott's 10-4 right now, so I don't think there's any argument there.
It's going to be the run. Because they give up the 3rd most yards per game on the ground on their defense, but then they rush the ball an insane amount of times. Yeah. So who's going to stop the run? It's going to be a cold December game here in Cleveland. That means you got to run the football. All right. Come on now.
I feel good this week.
I feel good too. I felt good a lot of times. The FanDuel Parlay comes your way next.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
Is that time for the 4-team parlay? 2 from Ryan, 2 from me. And you know where we play. It's FanDuel. Welcome back, Matt Fontana Show right here on Big Play, presented by our great friends at...
Not even close.
Not even close.
There you go.
FanDuel, baby. There they are. We got NBA going on. We got college football back this weekend. I hit a nice little Jackets parlay the other night on a win for my guys. Fantilli, overtime goal. Love it. FanDuel's the place to go. And don't forget about the live betting. When the game kicks off, when the puck drops, balls in the air for basketball, you can still get those bets in with the live action that's going on. Score just flipped. The team that was the dog that you didn't really like, all of a sudden they score. Get a different point spread. Jump on it with FanDuel. Get signed up today. FanDuel.com/bigplay. That is FanDuel.com/bigplay. You can ride the momentum throughout the game. It's so much fun. Bet responsibly as always, please. With our friends at FanDuel, a couple bucks, $5 on a game. Sit down, watch it. It's so much fun. It is a place to go. FanDuel.com/bigplay. Get it going with the updated live spreads. The parlay boosts are there. The boost tokens are going. And get your action rolling this weekend with our friends at FanDuel. Must be 21 and over, present in select states, or 18 and over, present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 and visit ccp.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpline.ma.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. A paid endorsement. Let's go, Ryan. We got 4. I'll kick things off right here.
The anti-Quinn Ewers pick.
Yeah. I think the Bengals are really just that upset. I'm surprised that line has not moved more. I will 100% go on the anti-Quinn Ewers thing here, since he's only 1-6 in their last 7. And actually, they're really bad against Miami. Cincinnati's only covered 5 of their last 16 games against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are scrappy. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games. But I just really think the quarterback change here is going to have their mind elsewhere. You wonder about Mike McDaniel. They say he's safe. We'll see. On the road here could be tough, but I'm going to take the Bengals to cover that 4.5.
Yeah, well, we're staying in the AFC North
Ooh,
just a little
big
bit.
one.
But I'm going the Detroit Lions at Ford Field to cover that 6.5 against Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel pretty confident in this one. Detroit Lions, they're fighting for their playoff lives. I know same for the Steelers. They're fighting for the division. Detroit Lions probably not going to win the North, but they're still fighting for that wild card spot. This is a must win. They know if they lose this, they're not making the playoffs. If they lose this one, Detroit Lions at home can put up 50 points like we've seen a couple times this season if they really need to. Steelers, I don't think the offense can simply keep up. Unless the Steelers can absolutely run the ball down Detroit's throat, I don't see this one being close. I know Detroit a little bit hurt on the DB side, losing Brian Branch. That sucks. But again, I just don't see the Steelers offense keeping up with Detroit's in this one. It's as simple as that for me. I think they win this one by a touchdown.
Pittsburgh's only covered 3 of their last 9 games against Detroit. Pittsburgh bad on the road, 2-7 against the spread their last 9 road games. So we ride with Detroit. This was another big number that I didn't really care for, but I will go again with a quarterback in there. That Phillip Rivers magic ain't gonna work.
Are we really watching Phillip Rivers on primetime?
Yes, and you know the NFL loves that. Same thing. 49ers are in a fight here, man. And I think they are a sneaky team when we start these playoffs here in a couple of weeks, right? I think Purdy has found a little bit. He lit it up last week,
It's
man.
experience.
It is. And again, McCaffrey, there was like the usage went back down for McCaffrey. I think it's coming back around. I think they have finally put the Brandon Ayuk thing off to the side. That's done and over with. I like the 49ers to cover here. I just think the Colts realize they're in a lot of trouble. 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games. They're 1-5 straight up in their last 6 because even when Danny Dimes was in there, he was not playing all that well. San Fran is on a 5-1 streak against the spread their last 6. Give me the 49ers to cover in this one. I'm not believing in the Phillip Rivers magic again.
I don't blame you for that one.
Yeah.
And then finish this off. I'm going with the Bears to cover 1.5 against Green Bay Packers. I took the Bears last time against the Packers. I think it was like a 5.5 spread. Packers ended up winning by a touchdown, but Chicago is right there knocking on the door in the red zone. Caleb Williams threw a pick. I think they get it done this time. I think they win, but I only have to have them cover 1.5. In Chicago, Green Bay, one of the most beat-up teams right now, obviously an emotional till you lose a piece in Micah Parsons. Zach Tom, their best offensive lineman. I'm not sure he's going to be able to go. Christian Watson, he's hurt. Obviously lose Tucker Kraft. Just
Josh
a ton of
Jacobs is
emotional
battling
stuff
that knee.
going on in Green Bay. Caleb Williams, we just saw come off one of the best games of his career, the best throw of his career, certainly. Yes, it's against Cleveland Browns. Green Bay Packers, much better team than us, but right now, Bears are hot. Ben Johnson at home, some of the best run schemes I've seen in the NFL this season. Give me the Bears to win this one, but they don't even have to do that, Matt. They just have to not lose by 2 points.
Just cover. Green Bay 4-8 against the spread their last 12, which isn't great. The only problem is, I wasn't going to tell you this, but I will. Green Bay's 11-2 against the spread their last 13 games against
And they
Chicago.
own the
Chicago was
Bears.
bad. I get
They
it. Chicago
historically own the
yes,
Bears.
Yeah. Bears are hot right now. I'm in. Let's go. What do we got?
Plus 1170.
All right, we got it. Well, we did a lot of favorites this week. Got 3 favorites, and think about that. Couple of touchdowns and a 5. Maybe this is the magic. Maybe we got to go big, folks. Get signed up today. FanDuel.com/bigplay. You can tail our parlay there. FanDuel.com/bigplay. Well, I've not been winning a lot on FanDuel from the Cavs. I'll tell you that much. What's going on, man? What's going on with the one and gold? And I can't flip-flop here and say I don't care about the regular season, but I'm concerned about some things with the Cavs. Trades inbound for the one and gold. coming your way next. Stay with us. Fontana Show, right here on Big Play. You know, I got advice early in my career, Ryan, and I feel like I've given you some advice, not all good advice, but about, you know, this job and this career. And somebody told me back in the day, it was Munch. You know Munch Bishop? He's the best. And he goes, Matt, don't sit on the fence.
Is that his government name?
No. His name's Mark. He played basketball, you short, because they called him Munch, like Munchkin, but so his name's Munch. And he gave me a piece of advice way back in the day, and he said, Matt, don't sit on the fence. It hurts the boys.
It
does. Don't sit on the fence, and don't be a flip-flopper. But I might be flip-flopping on the Cavs. He's Ryan Tyler. I'm Matt Fontana. Welcome back right here on Big Play. Catch us on The Rock on Fridays at 4 o'clock. I'm flip-flopping on the Cavs because all season I was like, oh, I'm not going to care about the regular season. It is what it is. And then I watched this team. Took my son to that Hornets game. What happened there?
I mean, everybody said
and
they weren't going to care about the regular
by the Bulls.
season.
You had to put I shouldn't care, Ryan, but I do. This is not good.
When everybody said they don't care about the regular season, because that was a big majority opinion, we all knew, though, it had the unsaid caveat. We don't care about the regular season if they win games like they did last year. We knew if they kept racking up these losses, then you were going to care a little bit.
In bad form. That's my issue, is like the Cavs don't even look good. That Bulls game was infuriating to watch because how many fast break, they inbound the ball and Isaac Okoro on the revenge tour is behind everybody. He just lays it up. Here comes Josh Giddey. Nobody's even around him. I knew. Dude, you talk about players that always show up and just smoke your teams. You know, like we always talk about, like, there were players in the White Sox that only show up and beat up on the Guardians and the Indians. Why does Nikola Vucevic always just turn into a freaking all-star against us? It always seems like Vucevic just kills us every time we play him. Kobe White, Peyton Pritchard, all these guys they turn into all-stars when they play the Cavs. There's legit issues with the Cavs. And I don't want to just, like, circle it and say that this is what it is. But, like, yes, you're injured. Evan Mobley with a calf injury. Dude, they put that graphic up of the players in the NBA battling calf injuries, let alone all the Achilles injuries. It's the pace. NBA's playing at an ungodly fast pace. Guys are just sprinting up and down the court. Calf injuries are plenty. So Mobley's out. Strus is still out. Did Sam Merrill lose his hand? What happened? He's been out a month with a hand. Now, I'm not making light of it because Chris Fedor talked about it. He said when you looked at Sam's hand, it looked like it was broken. It was that bad. It was swollen and that beat up. Okay, so Merrill is out. Strus has been out. Mobley is out. Garland missed some time. Allen's missing time. Donovan was sick for the Bulls game. Ryan, in the fourth quarter, where the Bulls pretty much owned us most of that game, I'm not trying to talk crap, but I guess I'm going to talk crap for a second. I don't think you're going to win with Thomas Bryant and Naquan Tomlin out there in crunch time. I'm just sorry. And again, it won't be that way necessarily, like late in the season when these guys hopefully get healthy and you're here. And what are you going to do, right? Larry Nance has been out. You're constrained with the apron. Like, I think the Cavs have a lineup problem right now. Donovan can only do so much. Garland, I don't even know if he still looks right. Jared Allen doesn't look like the same guy that we need him to be. Cavs have a giant lineup problem. What are you going to do about it? And we got to reach out to somebody because can we make trades or not? Like, I'm going to plead ignorance on this. Like, the apron, for those that don't know about the NBA and their salary cap, they put in all these constraints where if you spend a lot of money, which the Cavs have, they put you in these brackets and they call them aprons. Like when you cross over into the first apron or the second apron, it becomes so penalized. Like Dan Gilbert is cutting checks for tens of millions of dollars just to give to the NBA because of the tax, the luxury tax. And that's the NBA's way of saying you can build your team up, but you're going to pay for it. And it's going to be a hindrance to you to change your team once you've built it. So I just kind of was under the understanding the Cavs really can't do anything. But then I see that teams are monitoring Darius Garland. I saw another trade from Bleacher Report about moving, I think that was Strus, moving Strus out for somebody. And I'm like, I just was under the understanding the Cavs can't make a move because this team, the way that I see them play, it screams like they need a lineup change, that they're missing something. I think DeAndre Hunter's been off. Something's going on there. Like, I don't want to care about the regular season because I know the grander idea of what the Cavs and where they want to go. Ryan, they don't even look like that, though. That's my fear, is they don't even look like a team that I'm afforded the opportunity to say I don't care about the regular season. For me as a fan to sit here and say I don't care about the regular season, you got to show me to not care. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to show me a reason to not care, because now I'm legitimately concerned. Now watch. Come February, they go on a 10 out of 13 streak and they win these games and get back into it, and we'll be feeling good and rah-rah. Dude, I don't like that we're getting beaten fast break. It almost looks like the Cavs are tired. I don't want to say lazy because I think that's an unfair term to use. They seem disinterested. Maybe that infected them of not caring about the regular season. It's hard just to hit the gas again and get back on it. Should I be concerned about some of these losses? I'm trying not to be, man. I need some sort of positivity with this team right now. Donovan's electric. Donovan's good.
I'd love to get your opinion on this. Streets are saying, Matt. Streets are saying that last year was the offense moving. That was Jordan Ott, not Kenny Atkinson. That's what the streets are saying. I've been hearing.
Jordan Ott, of course, not here. He's the head coach. Phoenix. That's right. Phoenix. Yeah, and listen. People are arguing, was Kenny Atkinson on the hot seat? No, he is not. No. Here's the thing. Figure it out. I believe in Kenny to get it figured out, but there is something broken on this Cavs defense. And yes, you're missing the defensive player of the year. That has a little to do with it. But I'm talking about like when the Bulls were just like, just throw it down the court and the guy's already behind. Like, what are we doing here? What's going on? I hope this is some sort of wake-up call for them. And I've been saying that about a couple of games. I just, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to chalk this up to injuries. I don't like doing that. I don't like saying that. But that is just what I'm going to grab onto right now. They're hurt, and they're playing guys that really probably shouldn't be out there in crunch time. Hopefully that'll get fixed when these guys come back and get healthy. But again, doesn't mean you're not going to get hurt. Somebody else, like, it can happen. So just, it's a bad time for the Cavs right now. We'll weather the storm, see where we're at in a couple of weeks. All right, we got the grid last week. Felt really good. Let's see if we can get it again. Get the grid, get the parlay. That'd be a good weekend for us. The grid comes your way next. Fontana Show presented by FanDuel, Garage Beer, and Physicians Ambulance. The grid is next. All right, here we go. Immaculate Grid. Somebody said, Matt, you got your computer up. I don't cheat.
Come on, who do you think we are?
I don't cheat.
Have you seen our performances? Are we cheat? We're the worst cheaters in the world.
It would be really bad if we were cheating on the Immaculate Grid and being as bad as we are at it. I would never besmirch the sanctity of the Immaculate Grid. Who do you think we are? I am. Here we go. All right, so let's go. Here we are.
Browns are stealing signals.
That wristband, what happened there? No, it fell out. Come on. Let's not. When everything has to be a conspiracy theory. The wristband fell out. Go.
10 plus rushing touchdowns.
Got to be beast mode. Got to be beast mode.
Yeah, he didn't play in LA or New York.
Nope.
Green Bay. I mean, we just go to Jacobs right now.
Yeah.
I know he did it last year.
Yeah. And then,
Jeremy Hill, did he do it?
No, I would imagine Rudy Johnson did it. Who am I missing?
Joe Mixon probably did it once.
I'm sure he did, but yeah, we'll just go. Well, no, wait. Oh, no, Joe Mixon's fine. Just go Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
who am I thinking of? Who's the legacy running back for the Bengals that I'm missing?
What if Joe Mixon didn't have 10 somehow?
I can't come up with a better answer. There's somebody I'm missing. Jamal Lewis was there quick. Was it Jamal Lewis? I don't remember. All right, we're off. Okay.
Where do you want to start?
I'm just trying to. We always start at the top, which I always think screws us up. But we try to go Bengals because a lot of crossover there.
All right, Bengals.
Bengals Rams is Andrew Whitworth. And then
Eli Apple,
Correct.
right?
Yes. Good job. All right.
Green Bay,
Packer. What's screaming there?
Packers, Rams.
Oh, Clay Matthews. The
and
third.
Devontae Adams.
What's that?
Or Devontae Adams.
And Devontae Adams. You're right. Go Devontae Adams. Dude, he's out this week. Man, does that hurt.
Didn't look good.
That hurts. That hurts so bad for me. Anybody? I know nobody cares about my fantasy team, but hey, how's the big play? How's the big play fan? I am 2-13. I'm so bad, man.
I lost in the first round.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's gonna win it? Who's really good? Jack? Dave?
No, Jack was like the worst.
Jack was bad. I was
Pat's
positive.
team.
J. Pat's
Well, it
team's
was
good.
at one point because he had McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor.
All right. Good stuff. All right.
Giants, Green Bay. Someone's screaming at me. Randall Cobb?
Did he go to the Giants?
I think so. Maybe not.
We'll come back because there's something else screaming at me there too, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, so you want to go to Seattle?
Yeah, we'll go to Seattle.
Seattle, LA, is that... Did Cam Chancellor play for the Rams?
No.
He played for the 49ers, right? But
I don't remember where he went after
there
Seattle.
was a Legion of Boom member on the Rams. And I'm pretty sure it was Cam Chancellor.
Oh, no, it's Bobby Wagner.
Or Bobby Wagner. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
I'm
Bobby
thinking
Wagner.
of. Bobby Wagner is what I think.
It's Bobby Wagner.
I knew it was someone.
Yeah. And then Giants Seahawks.
Zach Golden Tate,
Yes.
right?
He played in the Giants, right?
Golden Tate 1,000% played on the Giants.
I know for a fact he played for the Seattle. Okay. So, okay, Golden Tate is the answer there. Good call. Nice. All right. Okay. Quarterbacks, I think that way lies madness. I don't think it's quarterbacks. Mostly because both of them had like a long legacy guy for quite a few years. I can't get off of a running back here. But it's not like Ahmad Bradshaw. It's not Brandon Jacobs. I need to get off back because that might not work either. I can't get off quarterback, man. I can't get off backs. I can't get off running backs and quarterbacks. And I just, there's nothing coming to mind for us right now. You know my old guy, Mark Brunell, but I don't remember if he ever played for the Giants.
Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson, Colt McCoy, but he never played for the Packers. Dude, okay, let's just start ripping names. Like Jimmy Graham, no. Donald Driver, no. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I don't think ever played for the Giants.
I mean, I'll rip Randall Cobb if I need, but again, maybe he didn't play. I know he played for the Cowboys.
I mean, I don't hate it. Who's the other receiver that we always bring up with the Giants that's kind of like Randall Cobb? Like
Victor Cruz.
that, not Victor Cruz or
Mario Manning.
No, that's a deep cut there. Go Randall Cobb.
But I'm gonna be honest. The more I think about it, I don't think it's right.
No, because I think it's the other guy that I keep thinking of. That's not him, but it's somebody
Greg
else.
Jennings.
I don't think he ever went to the Giants. Oh, could go.
What about kickers?
Yeah, I was just gonna say we could go kickers, but I can't. Like Lawrence Tynes, the kicker I think of for the Giants. Brandon McManus, I don't think ever kicked. Who was the really old guy that they had forever in Green Bay?
Mason Crosby.
That's it, Mason Crosby. But I don't think he kicked for the Giants. Oh, boy. It's definitely not Tyrod Taylor. It's not Jameis Winston.
Randall Cobb played for the Jets, so maybe I'm getting that mixed up.
Oh, my gosh. Gonna have to rip something in. There's another receiver. It's not Randall Cobb. That's just it's burned into my brain. It's a guy that's well traveled, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, who's the guy that played for the Bears? The big receiver,
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall, but he never played for Green Bay. I don't think. Bubba Franks. That's a tight end from the past. Did Bellinger? Remember that tight end? I don't know his first name.
Daniel.
Daniel. I know he played in for the Giants.
Should we rip it? To rip Josh Johnson.
I guess we'll hit the home run. That's so sad, man.
Xavier McKinney.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Right, that being the number
yeah,
one.
that I wouldn't have
I
gotten
made
that.
me feel a little bit better.
That was a tough one. All right, we got our Browns picks. Might be tough for the Browns. We'll get to that coming up. Stay with us. Really appreciate everybody joining us this weekend. Get the show Thursday night, 7 o'clock on the social channels for Big Play. You can always check us out 4 o'clock on Fridays. On The Rock, Ryan Tyler, Matt Fontana, our Browns picks. Ryan, it is 10.5 on the side of the Bills.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think they cover.
well.
The offense, if you're not going to be able to run the football, it's going to be a long day. The Bills have every motivation to go. The only thing, how insane is this? 98% of public money is on the side of the Bills. Vegas usually knows something when it's that big of a number. 27-10. 27-10.
I'm going 35-13.
Yeah, I'd love to be wrong, man. I'd love to be wrong. Hey, everybody can catch me on pregame. I'm on Browns Radio Network on Sunday, so I'll have you from 11 to 1 with Tyvis Powell, and catch me on my Columbus show from 9 to 7. Just follow me on Twitter at MattFontaine83. I always send them out. Ryan is at RyanTyler33. Enjoy your week. Finish that holiday shopping on up, and we'll talk to you next week. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.